All right, so we're doing this. We're mic'd up.
Yes, we are.
Yes, sir.
It's that time.
Hey, welcome, guys. Today we're just gonna be hosting our first podcast. Today we got Makai,
Yes,
got
sir.
Jason, and yeah, today we just want to just talk about life, talk about things in general, and pretty much just get into it. So first off, what's your name? What do you do? And tell us about yourself, bro.
My name is Makai Ortiz, 21 years old. I currently work as a waiter, but I am also an aspiring fitness and lifestyle coach. And I mainly help men who start off skinny, as I did, achieve confidence and and put on muscle and size. And yeah, just feel comfortable in their own bodies, because I definitely struggled with that.
So, in what ways do you help men pretty much achieve their goal or work towards it?
Yeah, so I create meal plans for people who are struggling with gaining weight, so that they can, reach their calories that they have for that day, and just see progress. But I also help with cutting out all excuses in their life and just all negativity and things that might keep them in that dark place.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just do that by, showing them how I've done things, and bringing them along with my own personal journey, but also just, staying in touch, and yeah, just telling them how I do things.
Nice, nice. And how long would you say you've been working out for and stuff?
Been working out for probably more than a decade, just because of baseball.
Oh, shoot,
My
actually?
background's in baseball.
Dang, so you've
But-
been working out for like, what, 10 years?
Yeah, probably almost that. And
Wow, okay.
But serious bodybuilding, I've kind of gotten into within the last like 3 or 4 years, where actually like tracking my food, and
Okay, okay.
following a very strict split and all those kind of things. Before that, it was just like off-season training for baseball, or going to the gym when I could around my practice and stuff like that, to try to be as strong as possible, because
Right.
I was a short guy. I wanted to hit home runs. I wanted to be good, so
Yeah.
I had to do something to catch up.
Hey, bro, I feel you. I mean,
Yeah,
I would say I've been working out on and off for like 4 years now, I think. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. So as far as content, I mean, how do you feel about content? I see us, filming a podcast. We got a whole
Yes, sir.
setup going on and stuff like that.
Sure.
What's your like goals in like content, and how do you want to like use it to your advantage as far as, helping people out, or just creating the type of content to like, I don't know, just show you, be
Yeah.
your brand?
So for me, I just want to put as much of my life out there. So one, so it can be an example and an inspiration for other people, but also so that I can look at it myself, and kind of follow along and see how I'm doing, and learn more about myself as well. But obviously my coaching business is one of my main priorities when it comes to my content. So I want to make sure that I'm, creating content that will be beneficial to that.
Okay.
But it's also just a lifestyle.
Okay.
I just want to be real. I want to be real with it. I want to accurately portray who I am, and what I do on a daily basis, so that,
okay.
like I said before, I can be an inspiration to other people, and really help them to develop into the very best versions of themselves.
So now, out of like genuine curiosity, like how did you get into like the personal coaching and all that stuff? Because it's like, even for me, it's like, when, just like you, I'm pretty sure you could relate. Like when I first started like either content creating or like working out,
Yeah.
obviously we don't know nothing
Yeah.
about macros, protein, nothing. So it's like, as you go through it, you feel like you want to share to like other people. Was it similar like to that, or like tell me how you got into it to the first place?
So as far as coaching goes, let me start back in the day when I played baseball.
Okay.
So I was very good at baseball. It was something that I wanted to do. I wanted to be a professional for the longest time. But as I got older, I started to notice just kind of how my body was feeling, and then I ended up hurting my shoulder. And I
damn.
was like I don't know anymore. And I started to really think about things. And then that's when I started working out more, because at first it was like, I need to rehabilitate my arm, I need to get healthy again. But I was also aging out of like high school ball or travel ball, and so I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Like I don't know if I'm where I need to be if I'm gonna do this professionally. So I started to explore other options, and like I said, I had developed such a love for lifting now by this point that um, I started taking it more and more seriously. And then eventually, I started to follow people on Instagram and stuff like that were doing coaching.
Hmm.
And that's how I really found out about it. Because I'd always see in people's bios their niches and DM me this word for coaching. And I didn't really think much about it. But, as the time went on and I started to realize that it was actually a real thing and that it was something that I could definitely do, but just because of how interested in the topic that I am, and I take my religion very seriously and just my personal development as a whole, and so I figured that just by me doing me and putting it out there, I can help a lot of other people to do the same. And then as far as coaching as well, like I started off in Planet Fitness, and I'd say my physique pretty quickly, changed into you know kind of what I was going for. And a lot of people in my gym would always come up to me and ask me for advice on, you know, meals and just different
Okay.
training styles and things like that, and just asking me what I do to achieve the physique that I have. And
So would you say like that easily like translated into like, all right, you know what?
yeah,
Let me just post some like tips and like
right,
tricks and stuff like that. So when those people ask for advice and you
yeah,
guys exchange, they see like what you're
hmm,
about and they're like, oh
exactly,
shoot. So that's like,
yeah. And
okay.
that's kind of where it started. And I just wanted to, I enjoyed helping people in the gym, and I wanted to put more of that out there for people, like you said, to just, oh, here's my Instagram, you can go check this out for more tips. And then the people that I don't get to see in person can also, come across my page and learn something, and hopefully become better.
All right. So now my next question is, have you ever like one-on-one like trained anyone?
So I haven't really gotten into the in-person training.
Okay.
So I've never been like a personal trainer before where I work at a gym
Okay.
and train people.
Is that different, however?
It is very different.
Okay.
Yes. So
Okay.
what I'm going to be getting into is going to be all online for the most part. If
Okay.
there's someone that happens to be, nearby me or from my gym or someone that I personally know, like I can take time to go to the gym with them and kind of show them the ropes.
So
But
sorry to
yeah,
cut you off, but like,
no.
would that be like an extended service you would soon look forward into if people are now hitting you up as far as like,
Yeah.
hey, I want like one-on-one personal training and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, I'd definitely be down to explore something like that and see how it works for me.
Okay.
But the main thing I will be doing is online coaching. So it would all be
Okay.
just like, sending people programs, taking calls, and just, having check-ins with them and stuff like that, and just helping them and keeping them locked in with the program.
Okay. So now my next question for aspiring like, online fitness coaching, right?
Yeah.
So for people who are very new to this and
Yeah.
want to get into this, from your knowledge, from what you research and what you know now, what advice would you give to these new upcoming, fitness coaching and stuff like that?
Yeah. Um, you got to have a pretty solid social media presence of your own. So I'd say if you're thinking about becoming a coach or it's something that you want to do, if you don't have a lot of posts on your account, that's going to be the most important thing. You got to start posting, almost every day. And I'd say, just like I was saying earlier, just accurately portray your life and who you are, because the most important thing with coaching is that people resonate with you. Because there's Chat GPT and there's 1,000 other accounts people can look at to find the information. So it's going to be about you as a person. So I would just say, yeah, let people follow along with your life as much as possible so that they feel like they know you. And that's
Interesting.
what's going to really get you somewhere.
So you're pretty much referring to like you just mentioned that like people can find the same information using like AI tools as far as like
Yeah.
ChatGPT and stuff, but what you're saying is that what makes you different from like using AI and getting the information there,
Yeah.
it's just that personal connection and stuff
The
like that.
personal connection. Exactly.
Okay, would that also like reframe as like accountability and stuff like that, like you
Hmm.
holding these people accountable if they were to seek service?
Yes. but it's also just like people feeling like they can relate to you. So one thing
Okay.
that's important is like talk about where you came from,
Mm-hmm.
like where you started, talk about your journey, and just show people that you're a human as well, that you were also once in a bad place, and that you know locked in and were able to build from nothing to where you are. Show people how you did that, and just yeah, just show who you are, and people will feel like they know you, and then you'll start to get clients.
Interesting, interesting. Okay, so now with everything pretty much being talked about, like what you do and stuff like that, now I kind of want to transition into like just overall just tips
Yeah.
and tricks and just overall from personal experience as far as like content creation or business and stuff like that. Um, so would you consider what you're doing now sort of a business?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's going to be a personal brand. It's going to be a business, and um, yeah, absolutely.
So now for people that want to start either making content or start a business and stuff like that,
Yeah.
both things are really really similar because you're the one that's in charge of everything. It's literally 24 hours in a day and you have to create everything and you have to upload everything and all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So now as far as like content creation, as far as tips and stuff like that, business too, um, is there like any tips and tricks or like things that you can, sorry guys, a truck, but pretty much what I'm trying to get at is that for new creators,
Mm-hmm.
for new people who's trying to get into business and content, is there like any advice that you can provide on where to start or how to begin or like a certain perspective or mindset to have going into these things?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say the most important thing is that you understand with any business, doesn't matter if it's online coaching or, doesn't matter what it is, you have to have patience and you have to stick to it because it's not going to happen overnight. Because a lot of people will start posting on social media or they'll create that business and they'll say, oh, I'm not getting sales yet, I'm not getting clients, I'm not gaining followers, I'm not getting that much views, this isn't going to work out, and they start to panic and then they, immediately go to their plan B. And so I think something that's very important is it doesn't matter what business you have to have patience with it, and you have to keep showing up every day, even if you're not seeing the results immediately. Because that's what's really gonna, make you stand out. Because you will get the results at some point if you're truly dedicated and you're putting in the work that it takes. You will have something to show for in time.
Interesting. And I guess to go off that, I could really relate because as of now, like my main platform that I use specifically is Instagram. So for guys and girls that don't know, recently what's been going on in my life, like recently I got into a physical altercation, but prior to that, I've been also been uploading, making content as far as you remember when I was posting like me role playing being fat and
Oh, yeah.
posting the Ozempic and
Oh,
all
yeah.
that stuff. So pretty much to go off of that, it's showing up. Like I've
Yeah.
just been uploading, whether it's my story, reels, or whatever. Like I've just been posting like once a day at least.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've really been doing recently is just getting more in depth of my life, just posting everything that's going on,
That's it.
and then having people relate. Because
Mm-hmm.
I work at a gym, so working at a gym is like I see the same faces all the time. And when those people follow you and stuff like that, they literally see what you upload, see what you post, and all that. So, in a way, social media has been like a way for me to communicate with these people without actually talking to them one on one. So, for
Yeah.
instance, like with me getting into this physical altercation the other day, with everyone who follows me from the gym, whatever, like it's crazy because my managers follow me, my assistant managers follow me, coworkers, random members, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They all seen this, they all chimed in, they all responded. So, with me going into work yesterday, everyone's reaction, they came up to me, asked me about the story, or like, yo, bro, you better be careful for Jason. He's going to knock you out, just joking around and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But what I'm trying to get at is that social media, social presence,
Absolutely.
it's really big because like it doesn't matter what you post and stuff like that. I mean, it does matter.
You can, yeah.
Yeah.
You can post anything and get
Which
and
is
get
true.
somewhere.
Yeah, so it's all about perspective too on
Absolutely.
what you're trying to achieve. So for me, I'm also trying to build a brand as well. So with me posting about my personal life and, you know, letting people in and just like just sharing myself all the time, people feel like they could resonate with me, and through like shared experiences
Mm-hmm.
or whatever that I'm posting, it could be funny stuff or just random stuff. And it's just like when I go back into work after
Yep.
posting and stuff like that, it's literally a conversation
Yep.
starter. It'll be like, yo, bro, that video you uploaded, yo, it's a great video. I'm actually tuning in for your next video. And it
Mm-hmm.
happened to me last night before
Yeah.
leaving.
Well, that's just it. It's like sometimes, you know, like you said, you work at the gym and there's all these people. You might not even know some of them too well, but that's just an example of what happens when your content is truly nurturing people, and they're following along, and they'll start coming up to you and interacting with you. And that's the same with, you know, your dedicated followers that are going to be online that you've never met in person. It's just, you can just kind of see, you know, how they view your content, and with their comments, their DMs. It's just like, you know, the people coming up to you in the gym telling you, oh, are you good, bro? What happened? That kind of stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you want it to be, where you can, where it's that same kind of relationship, but they're just online. And so that's why it's important to, yeah, like you say, show yourself on camera and bring people through your life.
And to go off of that, it's like doing that consistently for a long time, as well as like
Mm-hmm.
providing quality content, whether it's information or like entertaining stuff
Yeah.
or whatever the case may be. That's where like actual personal relationships and brands and, you know, yourself can actually grow within a community.
Mm.
And that's when people would like, you know, if you start selling services or merchandise or whatever the case may be, people will feel more inclined and
Yeah.
more in tune to like, hey, I'm actually looking someone to do this, and you're the perfect person because like I already know you, I
Mm-hmm.
trust you, I see what you post all the time.
Yeah.
You're actually a great guy. So it's just like, hey, if you're hosting services for like online coaching or whatever the case may be, and I feel like I need some pointers, yo, Makai, yo,
Yeah.
blah 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 blah, and then just like that, a sale is closed and
That's
stuff like
it.
that.
That's it.
So yeah,
That's
I
it,
would
bro.
say social media presence and just overall perspective could really help out your personal brand as far as business and stuff.
Absolutely.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's just it, bro. That's just it. You couldn't have said it better. You just want to, yeah, find what it is that you're interested in, and find the most interesting things about you, and really make sure you put that stuff out there as well. And
Yeah.
yeah, people will resonate, and people that are similar, or like I said before, can relate to you. They will hit you up when they need something, you know?
Yeah. So now, question: how did the gym change your life? In all ways.
Yeah.
In all
Mm,
ways.
that's tough. I will say, so I used to be a very insecure, had no confidence, and I was just skinny, and I
Hmm.
hated everything about myself.
Also, what sparked you to get into
To
the
get
gym as
into it,
well?
well, just the same thing. I hated the fact that I was skinny, and that I lacked so much confidence, and so I knew there was something I needed to do. I knew I needed to strategically start to eat more, and count my calories and my protein intake and all those things, so that I can, you know, gain muscle. But I also just, yeah, I needed to make a change. I could not live the rest of my life feeling the way I was feeling at that time.
Hmm.
Um, and so, yeah, that's what drove me to get into the gym. Apart from, like I was talking about earlier, baseball and stuff like that. That's also just, I just wanted to be strong for that. But the main thing was the fact that I didn't even want to put on a t-shirt in the summertime. Like
Oh,
I
damn.
truly hated the way I looked.
Hmm.
I was wearing sweatshirts and long sleeve shirts, no matter what the temperature was outside, because I was like, I don't even care what the way other people are looking at me. I don't like this myself too. It was
So
part of,
you was like insecure for being skinny?
yeah,
I'm not even gonna lie. That's probably like the first time I've heard something like
really,
that. Yeah, yeah,
really. No,
yeah.
bro, I truly hated it, man. I hated it. I felt like my skinny arms, and just everything. I just looked weak. I was short, and it made me so self-conscious.
I mean, I agree with you, bro. Like I was skinny as hell. Like
Yeah,
you just look at my wrist. You
yeah,
mean,
bro.
yeah, I was very,
That's
very
it.
skinny too.
Yeah, that's what drove me to really get in the gym, and and actually start taking stuff seriously. It's just the pain of where I was.
Wow, so interesting because it's like I've never been like not to like downplay you or whatever. It's like I never been insecure about like my physical appearance and stuff like that. For me, for my reason why I got into the gym was really because like every, I don't know, story, it's like a breakup happened.
Mm.
And after the breakup, and it was just like,
Yeah.
angry, you start like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
And yeah, there was this period where I was just like trapped in my room for a long period of time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like really just going through it. I thought I was the reason why we broke up and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that's when I started beating myself up. And then constantly beating yourself up mentally, it just got to a point where you just feel weak. You feel insecure and shit like
Yeah.
that. So like I literally made myself insecure by telling myself false identity and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
literally on my Snapchat, like religiously, I would like record myself and just crank out 50 push-ups, like literally every like twice every day. And then on top of that, I would like read books and do all that stuff.
And I feel like that's where a lot of people start. They're like, I just need to start doing push-ups. I'm
Yeah.
upset right now. There's something I need to do. And push-ups is something a lot of people go to. And that's the start of a lot of people's gym journey.
Yeah.
It's just doing push-ups. Or like another thing that I had was my older brother had bought one of those doorway pull-up bars. And I used to be cranking those things out and doing push-ups, and I had a set of dumbbells in my basement.
Bro,
and that's
that
where it
alone,
started.
yeah, exactly,
That's where it
that
started.
alone.
And I showed up every day. I was doing as much as I possibly could in that basement, and I was starting to see results, but it was a lot slower than I wanted, and that's what made me actually decide to get into a real gym.
So now, question: having a home setup versus a gym environment, what's the difference? Even if you do have the same equipment.
So I think one thing that can happen, you can look at this a few different ways. So if you have a home setup, I feel like I can see it being a lot easier to skip or feel lazy. Like I'm already at home, I don't feel like doing it, but then I can also see it as like, oh, the equipment's right there, let me just go do it.
That's true.
And I've heard, both of those things from different people. But for me, having a home setup was, it was cool, but it wasn't enough for me. I wanted the vibes of being in a gym. I wanted to get more confident in the world a little bit, because like when I was home in my basement, I would take off my shirt. I would train, but I wasn't getting uncomfortable because it was just me. There was no one else there to look at me some type of way, or for me to feel like they were looking at me some type of way. So
I feel you.
I said, I need to, like, one, I don't have all the equipment I need. Two, I need to get out into the world and face my fear and my insecurity. So I feel like there's a lot of different reasons why you might choose home gym or, commercial, regular gym.
And to pretty much extend with that, it's like, for me, I totally agree where you're coming from. But once I got into the gym environment, it added a whole different type of element, because when you're by yourself and you're working out and stuff like that, it's like, yeah, you get your own self-confidence. You look at yourself, you're like, okay. But as soon as you get into a gym, there's other people bigger than you. There's females and stuff like that, good-looking females and stuff like that. Most of the time when you first start the gym, pretty much single or whatever. So as a single man, young man, going into the gym for the first time, it's like I don't know, it's a whole different world.
It can change a man.
Exactly.
It can change a man. It really can.
It really can.
I remember the first gym I went to, like I said, was Planet Fitness. And I started off, I was still pretty skinny, still insecure. But once I actually got into the gym, I started seeing results like very quickly. And very soon after, people were already coming up to me, bro, what are you doing? Like, how did you change so fast? I had people even questioning if I took some kind of steroid, just because of how quickly my physique went from completely average and skinny to like aesthetic and big shoulders and everything like that. And it quickly started to help me with my confidence when people would come up to me and tell me that they see the work I'm putting in, that they see how much I've already grown and stuff like that. But yeah, it definitely was a little bit scary going into a gym for the first time.
So, all right, with you just saying that, I don't know, I just got excited because there's so many tangents I could come at this.
Mm-hmm.
I just quickly want to zoom out really quickly and go off of that confidence part and pretty much talk about it in a content creation way, and then I'll go back into that gym thing.
Yeah.
So for the content creation and the confidence thing, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. It's like it's a secret tool that everyone knows about, everyone consumes, but not people really do. And pretty much I really want to stress the factor of like the sooner you start like content creating, literally it could be whatever topic you could upload, whatever it could be, funny, sad, what, literally anything. As soon as you start doing it consistently and stuff like that, and what we were just talking about, how you know, you go to a workplace or whatever where people know you, and they start talking about it with you, literally that too, there's a whole invisible wall of like confidence that comes your way through content creation alone, because like people would like literally just randomly go up to you, yo bro, great video,
Yep.
it was pretty cool, yo, great tips, like all this, and you're just like, oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, like personal example, yesterday, literally about to clock out, some dude came up to me and was like, yo bro, I've been watching your videos, like I really appreciate it, yo, when's your next upload? And me thinking like, what, short form or long form? He was like, long form. And hearing that someone's tuning in my long form content, that's like different, because short form is like you can consume it, like it, comment, share, whatever,
Yeah.
and scroll.
But
Long form is like, you know, they really like you. So it's like when I heard that, it's like, wow, you know, it's a different confidence. So yeah, whoever wants to get big in content creation or just like trying to build your brand, content creation, literally it's an invisible wall of like confidence. It's
Yeah, I agree. I really do agree. Um, content, I started doing content more within the last few years, because when I first started in Planet Fitness, you can't really do too much. But yeah, since I've started doing content, it's, you get your haters, you get the people that make fun of you, but we don't want to pay those people any mind anyways. It's like you said, the people that come up to you and telling you how they were engaged in your content, how it made them feel, and how they resonated with you, and how they just um, when they say stuff like "keep up the good work," it's really inspiring. That's the kind of stuff that's the kind of people we do it for. The haters, they'll come, but
100%, yeah.
but yeah, that's the stuff that keeps us inspired.
And I'm glad that you mentioned that too, because I don't want to forget that factor. First starting out, I'm not even gonna lie, like truthfully speaking, like there was a time and period where
Yeah.
I also made music too. So making music, content creation is one thing, but when you make music and you have all these people go up to you, even your parents saying,
Yeah.
yo, stop, your music is terrible, like
Yeah.
it's trash, like what are you doing, kill yourself, like stuff like that.
Music is even more harsh.
Exactly. So going into that element and receiving all that backlash from random people I didn't know and close people like family, stuff like that, tell me it's trash and stuff like that, when at the time I thought it was good, it adds a different type of like wall, because as soon as you hear people constantly say like it's trash, kill yourself, stop doing it, it's like damn. And then when I started doing content, same shit, it's like, yo, why you're making videos, it's corny, just stop doing it, like yo, you're not gonna go anywhere, whatever. And it's just like, I'm not gonna lie, like I don't want to pretend and act like I'm joking here, but
Yeah.
I do feel that. I do have those self-thoughts. I do have like all these critiques. I'm like my biggest critic. Like you can sit here and talk shit about my own life, but I'm over here talking shit about my own life more than anyone else.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I hear you, and that's, people coming at you like that, it's gonna happen. But if it's something you love, stick to it, man. We gotta ignore all the hate and see that, like I always say, hate comes from below. No one doing better than you
that's
is
true.
gonna give you that kind of hate.
That's true. And bro, that is so true, because everyone who is, doing it but on a higher level, they'll look at you and like applaud you.
I've been there. Keep
exactly,
going. You'll get there someday. Hate only comes from the people that are just like average,
No, literally, bro. Literally.
and that's it.
And I would say like within time, just content creation, like even sitting down with you guys and with Makai and recording this podcast, first one ever, by the way.
Yes, sir.
It's just like within time you start getting used to it, and it starts feeling easier and easier. And then for me, it developed to this point where it's like I feel like I have to do it, not because like I don't know, holding myself accountable for all these things. It's just like more so a drive. It's like
Yeah.
just like going to the gym. It's like if I don't go to the gym, I'm gonna feel like shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
That's it.
as soon as you get to that point of anything, it doesn't
Yeah.
have to be content creation. It could be about your personal brand and stuff like that. That's where things get exciting, but in a rewarding way.
Yeah.
So yeah, oh wait, sorry. To go back into the gym aspect about like first starting and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Yeah, bro, I totally agree. Once I started working out, easily I was intimidated by all the jack dudes, and you
Mm-hmm.
have good-looking females and stuff like that. And just like we was mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
it definitely changes you as a person,
Yeah.
as a man, if you're a man. As a female, I don't know how that works.
Yeah. I'm not sure how that would work either.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
an interesting topic. I do wonder what how women get into the gym or what their thought
That
process
is
is and
true.
stuff like
Like,
that.
do they like gain confidence? Like,
I don't know what it is. I feel like some of them do it more for validation. Some of them do it because they're afraid to be fat. Like I don't know.
no, that's true.
It depends.
Yeah, because working at a gym and talking to female and
Yeah.
female, it's like I hear different stories. It's like my coworker Lola, she works out because she's very, very, very insecure about her body. Like there was a point in the time of her life where if she thought she was fat, she would make herself throw up
Yeah.
to stay
Yeah.
skinny. So there's people like
There's a
that.
lot of people like that.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say names, but there's like your gym hoes
Mm-hmm.
that would literally work out to look
Absolutely.
good and start
And
fishing.
just to take the booty pic and put it on the
No,
story for some
literally.
validation. You have that.
Exactly. That's true.
But who knows? Maybe at some point we'll get a lady on here to tell her story.
Yo, just comment down below of like, what does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's an interesting topic, yeah.
We can only tell the man's perspective.
Exactly,
We can't-
exactly.
we can't really say why they do it, but
That is true. But other than that, what's your personal goals right now as far as like everything in life? Like I want to get into like, not too in depth, but like what's your goals like financially, what's your goals mentally, what's your goals spiritually, what's your goals business wise, like all of that on the table.
that's a big question.
And you could far fetch and exaggerate it because
Yeah.
there's no ceiling, bro. Just
Yeah.
let it out.
So I'd say right now, one of my immediate goals is to establish my business to the point of where I can quit my other job, my restaurant job.
Same here, same here.
That's the most important thing. I want to get to the point where I'm making enough money from content that job means nothing and don't need it anymore. So that's the first goal. And then once that happens, there's no limits. I want to get $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month, and live this lifestyle where I can help other people and have and really feel like I'm impacting their lives. But yeah, bro, I got so many goals. There's so many different ways I could go about this.
So that one goal you just answered, that's both financially and business in a way, because it's like it's your business, but it's also in a financial aspect. As soon as you achieve some sort of financial freedom, it would like literally catapult you to that next level.
Yeah, but I'd say the most important thing is not just that I get the money, but that I can actually see the impact I'm having in people's lives.
I feel that.
So
I feel that.
I'm getting, I have people telling me how I've changed their life, and just stuff like that. Because, what money means nothing in itself if you don't have any, if you're not a good person and if you're not developed to the person that truly deserves that kind of money.
That's true.
So the most important goal is that I develop into, the best man I can be so that I can help other people to do the same.
So now let's translate that into spirituality and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So now what's your goals with that, or like what's your current like system to like reinforce, or like what's your spiritual goals or aspect to it?
That's a tough one. I'd say, so I am someone who takes my religion very seriously. I attend church as often as possible, and I read my Bible pretty much every single day and try to pray as often as I can. And so my goals with that is just to continue that, but also obviously cut out sin. That's obviously the most important thing. Cut out all the vices, all the things holding me back. And it's a hard question to answer. It really is.
I mean, I feel like you answered it like good enough. And to really quickly to intercept and to intervene. Uh, when it comes to me and like my spiritual goals and stuff like that, it's like I do believe in God and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just like growing up, unfortunately, I did come across many people that use God in bad faith,
Yeah.
and I know that doesn't affect him himself. It's just
Right.
literally the people devoting the
Yeah.
message. So I really do believe in them and stuff like that. I also believe in like small things like angel numbers.
Yeah.
People believe in stuff like the zodiac signs. I'm not really big
I'm not
into
into
that
those either. I'm not
exactly.
gonna lie.
So to really quickly to translate that into like a personal story of mine,
Yeah.
to be truthful with you, there was a point in time where I was 18, hanging around the wrong people. I was selling drugs, I was selling weed, I was selling shrooms, acid, all that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And at this time, I was going through the breakup that I was telling you about in the
Yeah.
gym the other day. And I was with my best friend Wesley at the time, and we was in a car ride delivering some drugs and stuff.
Yeah.
And amongst the process, the current time is crazy. It's 5:55 p.m. and pretty much we're literally talking about the whole situation about the whole relationship dynamic and how it's about to end and stuff like that. So shit you not. Unfortunately, I was, smoking at the same time doing this. Don't ever do that. I get into a car crash because, I was too worried about the weed. And then I look up, the car in front of me just came to a stop. So I like swerved into a pole and totaled the car. My best friend, he wasn't wearing a seatbelt, literally just catapulted, face planted the windshield, cracked his head and stuff. And pretty much it just got dirty really quickly.
Yeah.
But after that, that's when I really that was like the ignition to like
Yeah.
really zoom out and like, yo, what am I doing with my life? What am I going on? That's when I started looking spiritually and just like inward and stuff like that. And really quickly to take off my watch to show, that's when I got this tattoo. It's 555 because the time of the car crash was 5:55.
Right.
And searching it up, it pretty much means change,
Yeah.
change for growth and stuff like that. And this quote pretty much follows this. It's like growth through every scar. And then it's just like an angel with a broken heart because at the time, I'm over here lost and, I feel broken and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's like the only reason why I got this tatted on me, I'm not saying, get tattoos and stuff like that. It's just like, this was something I truly felt in my soul that I need to like remind myself, like, this is like me. This is like, I have to. So literally my personal brand was like 555 everywhere. So everyone knew that of me. So random people, random friends or followers at the time, if the time 555 would pop up, they would send it to me and be like, hey, look at the time, because it meant that much. So it's just like spiritually, it's like I do believe in God and stuff like that, and I do listen to his ways and stuff, but it's not something that I publicly share, only because of the fact that growing up, it's like I had people around me that used them in bad faith. So if I were to post it, those people would see it and try to comment and stuff. So that's something I would avoid for me.
I feel you. I feel you. But it is important that we do like ignore the noise,
Which is true.
and just see what God truly wants for us, and just pursue it no matter what the world is saying. I mean, I've changed churches. Like I used to be a Protestant Christian, now I'm an Orthodox Christian, and one of the reasons I did that is because of things like what you're saying, the way people behaved in the church, the way they conversated, the way they would look at you if you were different or doing something that they felt was bad, and they would judge you. And so I feel like it also depends what church you're at sometimes and like what you resonate with. But yeah, bro.
Yeah. So now I would say to like now go inward about my goals and stuff. So now content wise, business wise, obviously my goal is to grow content wise, like grow my brand out, have people really resonate with me, trust me, and just really just gain a relationship, feel like I'm everyone's best friend almost, always posting about whatever. But realistically, what I want that to translate into, I've always like had this dream to be a content creator. Like creating content, it's literally a dream of mine. So it's just like I have to do it, just like going to the gym. But what I've also realized is that a lot of people, I'm not saying they will look at me for inspiration or whatever the case may be. It's just like, if you see someone else that's doing something that you want to do or something, it's like, it like excites you
Yeah.
because it's like, now I want to be with you, chill with you, and just like what we're doing, because like
Yeah.
you have similar interests, I have similar interests, so it's just like, it literally makes sense.
Yeah.
So my personal goal is to help people content creation and stuff like that. So I soon want to start a business where I can help people like literally edit, build their profile, build their account,
Yeah.
and literally scale it from 0 to 100, whatever. But before I can even jump into that, I want to be proof of that. I want to do that to myself. So I want to scale
I can
myself from
relate to
0
that.
to
Yeah.
100. So it's like, when I do start the business, it's like I have a portfolio. It's like, when people ask why, I'm gonna show them why, because I did it myself.
Exactly.
Because it's like, yeah, it's like content creation. It's really big on me. It's like a way to express yourself, to make people see the real you and see your values, and to
Yeah.
really connect with you. So it's just like helping people to like create that for themselves, not just to like build content or to get money. It's just like to help people feel seen and feel heard from like, doing things a certain way so they could really highlight their personality and their brand and stuff like that. That would literally provide me the most joy, the most like happiness, just helping someone else to do it. And it just so happens that I could turn that into a business venture where I could literally, capitalize off of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like within time, it's like I do want to build a community where a lot of people, whoever wants to content create, I want to have like a social bubble where like we could all like imagine just me and you, but like times like, I don't know, like 10, 12 other people. We're all just sitting here talking about the same thing, trying to help each other grow, and just
Yeah.
thinking about video ideas and things we could capitalize. Like that would be
That
cool.
would be fire.
That would be
That would
fire,
be fire.
exactly.
'Cause-
So
and that's, obviously if you have a big group like that, it's very easy to get inspired, because obviously people are doing better. Some people have more ideas. Some people are newer. You can learn from anyone. So yeah,
yeah,
just that having that connection with those people can
I was about to say that too, because
definitely help you.
every single person has different like set of connections and set of equipments or
Yep.
set of things to provide. So it's just like content creation. That's just like the big title.
It's a
But
lifestyle, man. It's a
exactly,
whole lifestyle.
exactly. So
Once you get into it, if you're gonna take it seriously, you got to understand it's gonna be a lifestyle.
no, literally,
It's gonna be everywhere, and it's gonna be in everything you do.
yeah.
And that's it, man.
And not to say this like sounding like an asshole or whatever, but like, I mean, I'm pretty sure every man, if not, but me per se, it's like I do want to be rich and famous in a sense where it's like I can help change lives,
Yes.
like for the positivity
Right.
wise. Because,
It's-
bro, just like you, I hate negativity.
Yeah.
Oh shit, sorry. So yeah, to go back off of that altercation I had the other day, the main reason why it shocked a lot of people that know me is because, bro, that is not me, bro. This is not me.
But hey,
bro.
man, like
Yeah.
I was telling you yesterday, you can be kind, you can be friendly, you can be gentle, and you can be a gentleman. But it is important as a man to be able to be aggressive when it calls for, or take care of a situation without fear.
Yeah.
That's part of confidence, is knowing that you can do whatever you need to do in whatever moment.
Yeah, it was literally like fight or flight, but like there was like no decision in my head. It was just like red.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, bro. That was crazy. Just briefly, let everybody know what happened and what we're talking about here.
Okay. So, yeah, because I mentioned it a couple
Yeah.
times. So, briefly,
Very briefly.
my girlfriend, she's a BHT. So what that means, she's like a behavior health tech that works at a school. So
Yes.
she helps like autistic kids, like pretty much help them write, read, all that fun stuff, and yeah. So on her lunch break, there's a corner store literally right down the block. So just like every day, she goes to the corner store to get her stuff. And in the process of doing so, here comes this guy. He's just like literally just like he sees her. So she's walking down, he's walking up. So they literally come to this point, and instead of like walking past each other, this guy was just like not moving at all, just following her every way. And at the time, there was like a lady that was sitting on like her porch and seeing this, and then she was mentioning like, "Hey, leave that girl alone" and stuff like that. And pretty much, at the time, he left her alone for a second. So she proceeded, went to the store, got her stuff, and then on her way back out, this guy's still here.
Still following.
Exactly. And then now he's following her back to the school. And mind you, now he's like catcalling her, like, hey, white girl, you got a fat ass, all this stuff, like biting his lip, being weird and stuff.
Yeah, no.
And literally, out of my girlfriend's safety, she FaceTimes me. And while she's FaceTiming me, she's literally angling her phone and she's showing me this guy following her, like literally following her.
That's crazy.
So as soon as I see that, I'm right next to my mom. My mom's seeing this, hearing everything that's going on. And she was like, go ahead, go. So I immediately hop inside the car, literally start it, and then just without hesitation, just start driving crazy. Like no, like stop signs were being ate, red lights were being ate,
Oh, man.
beeping my horn, cursing people, get out of my way, because it's just like, nah, bro, this is weird.
Yeah.
So, and it's crazy because now while driving, this dude literally proceeds to now start chasing her, like running, like literally running, chasing her. And now here is my girlfriend on the cell phone with me on FaceTime still, screaming on the top of her lungs. So now I'm like more mad. I'm like, yo, when I see you, bro,
you see this,
exactly,
man, it's coming.
exactly.
Yeah.
So finally you get to her school. She makes it into her building, and in the school there's like a gate and stuff like that. So as soon as she made it inside of the gate, she closed it. The guy was right outside of the gate, and my girl, she told me this, that she told him that I have something coming for you. And then she went inside of the school and then exit the school with like a group of men to help, you know, defend this guy.
Yeah.
So as soon as I pull up, she gets out of the school with a group of guys at the same time. So now they're looking for the guy. I'm literally driving around school looking for the guy, but I don't see him. So I go and pick up my girl. She's now in the car with me. Now, at the time, my girlfriend's thinking that we're just going to continue. We're just going to go out and get food and, you know, whatever. But I'm heated. So now I'm literally driving in and out of blocks looking for this dude. And as soon as I turn this one block, this dude is just walking. My girl's like, that's him. Instantly, like, this like rush of excitement, like
excitement and rage.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
I gotta do something about this.
So it's like, it's so crazy because like the parking lot, here I am driving, the dude is walking on this the sidewalk here, and right on the street it's just empty. So I just pull up, you know, just park the car, and there's like a group of like neighbors just sitting on their porch and stuff. The way how I like pulled up and parked and got out the car, they thought I was like gonna approach them or whatever in a hostile way. But no, I park the car, I get out, and then immediately turn and start walking towards the guy that was walking upwards. And I confront him. I'm like, yo, why the fuck are you following my girl? And then instantly he like kind of throws his hands up like he has no idea what I'm talking about. I was like, I don't know. And then it's just like, I stared at him in the face like for a second after he made that response. And then I was just like,
disgust.
Exactly. Literally like pure disgust. And it was just like, bop.
Dang, bro.
And bro, I swear, like it was like one of those USC like no hesitation, just dropped, just
highlight
like
reel
knocked
knockouts.
out. Yeah, like
Out cold.
Yeah, literally. And then as soon as he dropped, it's like, mind you, I've never been in a physical altercation. I've never been in a fight. So as soon as he dropped, my mind didn't process it yet.
This moment of
exactly
just, like, confusion of what just happened.
Yeah, exactly. Because now after he drops, like literally instantly, the neighbors literally get off their porch and like, yo, what the fuck? And then the moment where it clicked in is when my girlfriend got out the car and she starts recording. Well, before she started recording, she started cracking up, like laughing out loud, and starts cracking up. And then she records and she's like, damn, you got knocked the fuck out. And then as soon as, well, while she was saying that, like she also got upset because this guy was harassing her. So what she does, I'm not saying it's a good thing because I held her back afterwards. She literally stomps his head into the concrete. And after that, bro, everyone was just like, yo, move, move.
Yeah.
Even me, bro, because like, that's great.
Yeah, it can get crazy real quick, bro.
So, then afterwards, you know, the neighbors asked what happened. I explained the situation. They was like, all right, you kicked his ass. You did your thing. Go home.
For taking care of it. No.
Yeah. So, that's what happened. That was the physical altercation.
Dang, bro. No, that's one for the storybooks, man. That's one that a story you'll tell your kids one day, and that's something most people don't have to experience. But like we were talking about prior to this conversation, you know, people see you as that friendly, you know, chill guy, but you got to have it in you to take care of business when the time comes.
That's true, and
That's just it.
I want that for every man too.
Mhm.
Is because no matter, you could be nice, you could be gentle
Yeah,
or whatever,
that's
but
it.
like when the time comes,
When
bro.
it calls for aggression, when it's time to protect your girl, you cannot hide behind her. You cannot say, "Oh, I'm afraid to do this." You got to be ready.
And I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to present this like as a tip or anything, but like I promise you, the whole time,
Yeah.
it's like I didn't think. Like there's no thinking. It was just like just go, just go, just go, just go.
Yeah.
And
well, that can hurt you, or it can benefit you in a situation like that.
Yeah, depending on the situation.
Depending on the situation.
Okay.
But in a situation like that, when it comes to protecting your girl or your family or whoever it is,
bro,
you
like
gotta just do it.
like no thought came in my
Yeah.
head if he had a weapon on him or anything. It was just like, bro, it is what it is. Fuck it, bro.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's crazy.
I feel you. That's a crazy one.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
All right. To wrap up this episode, what do you want to see within yourself in the next 6 months? So within a span of 6 months, what would you like to accomplish?
I would say just overall consistency in every aspect of my life. So spiritually, in the gym, with my content, with everything, is just be more structured and be more consistent. And I think if I can, it all comes down to discipline as well. Like that's something I like to talk about in my content as well. And I'd say I'm pretty good with it, but I definitely can get even better. So I want to develop more discipline and just consistency with my, like I said, business, gym, diet, everything.
And just like that, I mean, I agree as well. It's like consistency all around. Just like what you said is like discipline is always a must, because without discipline, you can't be consistent. But also another thing, creating systems is what makes being disciplined and consistent easier.
That structure.
Exactly. So just scheduling a post, that's literally a tool to like help you stay disciplined and consistent, because even the days that you don't want to do whatever, it's like, well, it's already in line.
It's already in line.
Exactly.
I don't get it done. And that's it. And the same with my diet. I want to make sure everything's down to the T. I want to make sure that, like you said, it just becomes, it's so scheduled out and structured that you have no choice but to follow through.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm looking for within this year. If I just want to be, by the end of 2026, I want to be like, my life has so much structure. I have no choice but to reach my goals.
I'm glad you said that, because I totally agree. By the end of the year, I want to be so structured to the point where next year it's like, holy shit. It's literally,
you just have to keep riding the wave.
Exactly.
That's
like
it.
Next year is like you're gonna reap what you're sowing right now. Exactly.
This year is the year to suffer and to go through the pain. Next year we're gonna reap the benefits of the structure that we just created. That's my goal.
And in hopes of us staying consistent with our systems and just everything else.
Absolutely.
But just like that, guys. I mean, it's a wrap. Catch y'all later. I mean, first episode now in the books.
Yeah, bro. It was good, man. It was good. We will be doing a lot more of these, so stay tuned, and thanks for watching.
Just like that, yeah. Hey. Hopefully we still have storage.
We're recording, bro.